Welcome everyone. Today we're taking a not-so-glamorous tour of America's summer vacation meltdown, where travel dreams have gone up in smoke. So grab your popcorn and settle in. This is the United States of Are We There Yet? Let's see what happens when the American dream takes a detour. First stop, Florida, the Sunshine State, now more like the please buy a postcard state. Beaches are empty, lifeguards are bored, and the only thing thriving is the silence. Surf shops and ice cream stands, ghosts of summers past, airboat tours, just gators and guides with no one to tip them. Theme parks, still silent and a little bit sad. If you want the Florida experience, turn on a sun lamp and play ocean sounds at home. The sunshine's still there, but the funshine, gone. Next, we arrive in California, the legendary land of Hollywood dreams, where the streets once buzzed with the energy of hopeful actors, starstruck tourists, and the constant hum of movie magic. For decades, this was the place where people came to reinvent themselves, to chase fame, fortune, and a shot at stardom. But now, the city that never seemed to sleep is eerily quiet, its famous boulevards and neon lights dimmed by a new reality. Instead of red carpets and movie premieres, Los Angeles is now starring empty streets and maxed-out credit cards. The glitz and glamour have faded, replaced by the harsh glare of economic struggle. Once bustling neighborhoods are now silent, with shop windows collecting dust and dreams put on indefinite hold. The city's heartbeat has slowed and the silence is deafening. The Walk of Fame, once a glittering tribute to the stars, has become a walk of shame. The famous pink stars embedded in the sidewalk are now just reminders of a bygone era, as footsteps echo in the emptiness. The crowds are gone, the cameras are off, and the only thing left is the memory of what used to be. Tour guides who once spun tales of celebrity sightings and blockbuster film sets are now just pointing out their own houses to no one in particular. Their buses sit idle, their microphones silent as they wait for tourists who may never return. The stories of Hollywood's golden age feel more like fairy tales than ever before. And what about the theme parks? Once filled with laughter and the screams of thrill seekers, they're now as quiet as a movie set after the director yells, "Cut!" The roller coasters stand still, the gates are locked, and the magic feels like it's been put on pause. Aspiring actors who used to juggle auditions and waiting tables are now just waiting. No auditions to attend, no tables to wait. Their headshots gather dust and their dreams are on hold as the industry that once promised so much has come to a standstill. Even the legendary Venice Beach performers who once drew crowds with their wild stunts and colorful acts have no one left to impress. The boardwalk is empty, the applause is faded, and the only audience left is a flock of indifferent pigeons. If you want to experience the California dream, your best bet is to watch a 90s movie. All the sunshine, all the hope, and none of the desperation that lingers in the air today. The golden age lives on in celluloid, even if it's vanished from the streets. The Hollywood sign still stands tall on the hills, a beacon of what once was. But these days the dream feels more like a punchline, a bittersweet reminder that even the brightest stars can fade, and that sometimes the end of the story isn't a happy ending but a quiet fade to black. Las Vegas, the city that never sleeps, finally took a nap. The Strip is silent, fountains dance for no one, and casinos are losing money for a change. Bellhops and cocktail waitresses are home, Elvis impersonators have left the building, wedding chapels and buffets, empty. You could drive a go-kart down the Strip and not hit a soul. If you want to gamble, play solitaire at home. Vegas is still lit up, but the party's long over. The only thing left is the echo of what used to be. New York, New York, the city that never sleeps, now hitting snooze. The familiar hum of taxis, the chatter of early risers, the distant wail of sirens, all replaced by a hush that blankets the city like fresh snow. The streets, once pulsing with life, now echo with the sound of your own footsteps. It's as if the city pressed pause on its own heartbeat, leaving only the wind to wander through the canyons of skyscrapers. Times Square is a deserted screensaver, its giant billboards flickering to no one in particular. Pigeons rule the streets, strutting across the empty crossroads as if they own the place. The naked cowboy? He's probably traded his guitar for a bathrobe, taking a rare day off. The city's icons, usually surrounded by crowds and camera flashes, now stand alone, waiting for the world to return. Hot dog vendors serve no one, their carts standing idle, steam rising into the cool morning air. I Heart NY shirts gather dust behind locked glass, souvenirs of a city on pause. Broadway's bright lights are dimmed, theaters silent, their marquees frozen in time. Even the corner delis, once bustling with regulars grabbing coffee and bagels, are eerily quiet, their stools empty. The Statue of Liberty looks lonely, standing sentinel over a harbor devoid of tourist boats. The Empire State Building offers sweeping views of empty streets, its observation deck echoing with silence. The city's energy, once electric, unstoppable, feels unplugged, as if someone pulled the cord on the world's greatest show. If you wanted hustle and bustle, you missed it. Grand Central's famous clock ticks on, but the crowds are gone. Penn Station's platforms are deserted, the usual stampede replaced by a single distant echo. The city's arteries, its streets, subways, and sidewalks are all but empty, waiting for the pulse to return. Right now, you could nap on Fifth Avenue undisturbed. The world's most famous shopping street, usually packed with shoppers and tourists, is now a quiet boulevard. The only footsteps are your own, the only company the occasional jogger or a distant siren. It's a surreal calm, a rare moment when the city's relentless pace is finally slowed. The Big Apple's still there, but it's lost its shine. The skyline glows softly at sunset, but the usual sparkle is missing. The city waits, holding its breath, ready for the day when the lights come back on and the streets fill with life once more. Until then, New York dreams quietly, resting up for its next big act. Hawaii, paradise on mute. The islands, once alive with the laughter of travelers and the rhythmic strum of ukuleles, now rest in a rare, almost surreal silence. The sun still rises over Waikiki, painting the sky in brilliant hues of pink and gold, but the only footprints in the sand belong to the wind and the birds. The ocean, ever constant, whispers to an empty shore, its waves rolling in without an audience. Waikiki Beach is empty, surfboards lean against palm trees, and the only audience for the waves is a crab or two. The surfboard rental shops, once bustling with eager tourists, now stand silent, their boards gathering salt and sand. The palm trees sway gently, as if waving to no one in particular. The crabs scuttle across the untouched shoreline, claiming the beach as their own. The familiar sounds of laughter, splashing, and music have faded, replaced by the soft rustle of leaves and the distant call of seabirds. Luau's are backyard affairs, pigs are living their best lives, and hula dancers perform for no one. The grand feasts and vibrant celebrations that once brought together locals and visitors alike have been reduced to quiet family gatherings. The traditional pig roast sits untouched, a symbol of festivities put on hold. Hula dancers, dressed in colorful skirts and adorned with fresh flowers, sway gracefully to the rhythm of the waves, their audience now the endless horizon and the gentle breeze. Lay makers and tour guides are out of work, hotel staff on unpaid vacation. The vibrant leis, once draped around the necks of arriving guests, now sit unsold, their colors fading in the sun. Tour guides, who once shared stories of ancient legends and hidden waterfalls, wait in empty plazas, their voices echoing in the stillness. Hotel lobbies, once filled with the chatter of new arrivals, are now silent, their doors closed and their halls empty. The spirit of aloha is now a spirit of shared struggle. In quiet neighborhoods, families gather in small groups, sharing simple meals and stories of resilience. The community, once united by celebration, is now bound by the challenges they face together. There is a somber strength in their unity, a determination to weather the storm and keep the aloha spirit alive, even in the face of uncertainty. Dreaming of Hawaii? Try a pineapple smoothie in your bathtub. It's paradise on pause. For those longing for the islands, the taste of fresh pineapple and coconut can bring a moment of escape, even if it's just from the comfort of your own home. The souvenir shops, once filled with eager shoppers, now stand empty, their shelves gathering dust. But the dream of Hawaii endures, waiting patiently for the world to return. The islands are still beautiful, but the silence is deafening. The sunsets are as breathtaking as ever, casting golden light over deserted beaches and quiet mountains. The pools, once alive with splashes and laughter, now reflect only the sky. Hawaii waits, holding its breath, ready to welcome the world back when the time is right. Until then, paradise remains on mute, a place of beauty, longing, and hope. Texas, where everything's bigger, including the unemployment rate. Rodeos and amusement parks are empty, roller coasters gather dust, and water parks are just slides to nowhere. The Alamo is forgotten, tour guides battle boredom, and Austin's live music is now just roommates with guitars. 6th Street is dark, musicians play to empty rooms. Want Texas? Grill in your backyard and play Willie Nelson. The state's still big, but tourism's been downsized. The energy's unplugged. Texas is all hat, no tourists. Chicago, deep dish pizza, deep economic hole. Michigan Avenue is manageable, stores empty, street performers play for pigeons. Pizzerias serve locals stress-eating their way through summer. The Willis Towers ledge is a metaphor, standing on the edge, looking into a void. River tours are just guides talking to fish. Comedy and blues clubs are silent. Craving Chicago? Fold a pizza in half at home. The city stands tall, but the tourists are gone. The Windy City's pulse is faint. Arizona's Grand Canyon, meant to leave you speechless, now just silent. Viewing platforms are empty, echoes go unanswered, mule rides are on hold, guides out of work, nearby towns are ghost towns. Souvenir shops and hotels sit empty, the only boom is the wind. The tourist species, extinct. Want the Grand Canyon? Look at a picture online. The canyon waits, ancient and patient. The silence is its new soundtrack. Myrtle Beach, 60 miles of empty sand and silent attractions. Lifeguards guard their own boredom, the sky wheel is still, mini golf courses are quiet, seafood buffets are empty, souvenir shops have no one to sell to. The world's largest whatever is now the world's loneliest. Want Myrtle Beach? Set up a sprinkler and play putt-putt at home. The sun shines, but the fun's gone home. Colorado's Rocky Mountains, majestic, empty, and full of free parking. Ski lifts are still, resort towns are silent, boutiques and bike shops gather dust. Guides lead themselves to the unemployment office, festivals are canceled. The only sound is the wind singing a sad ballad of lost tourism. Want a mountain fix? Climb your neighborhood hill? The mountains remain, but the life has gone to the valley. The Rocky Mountain high feels pretty low. And that's America's summer of discontent, a tour of empty dreams and ghost towns. The hottest travel destination? Your own couch. If you're job hunting in tourism, maybe try Antarctica. Penguins are hiring. On a serious note, here's hoping things turn around soon. Thanks for joining this uplifting travel guide. Like, subscribe, and tell us which state you're not visiting next. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.